And with that whistle, fans, Tempo will end their regular season here at home for one more 90 minutes played at Siegel High School before we get into any kind of postseason action. That said, fans, I hope you're rejoining us from the last game in which our girls took on UFA Gunners. Not the best result we were looking for, but a great start to the result in this game, as within 20 seconds, Suleimane Balde charges through the midfield and makes it 1-0. I didn't even have a chance yet to do any kind of an intro. The throw in from Morazan was intercepted, and Balde in the 20th second of the game puts Tempo ahead by a 0-0. Well, that was a lot different than the previous game. All respect due to our girls out there, but we didn't see a goal from anybody for more than 40 minutes in the WPSL game, whereas now within 20 seconds, we've had a goal put in the back of the net coming from former NAI All-American Suleimane Balde. Now I guess we'll take a moment to go through starting lineups. We'll restart play again. In between the sticks for Tempo, Zane Love across the back line. As you're looking at it from the near side to the far, you have Danny Sassano through the middle, Musa Gay, and on the far sideline, the Gambian Mo Jagny. Through the middle, Mikhail Rozkov, Dominic Oduro, Seth Otuanyi, and Suleimane Balde, the goal scorer. Though, like I was talking about in the women's game, the front can be a little bit free-flowing. On the near sideline is Braden Nye. And then up top, Kellen Clegg. Throw in now will be with Jagny. He finds Rozkov. Retreats to Gay. The press trying to cut off his angle. Can't quite do it. Sassano connecting with Oduro. Tempo trying to stay calm now. It can be a blessing and a curse to score really early on, as it can give you a little bit too much of a breath of relief. Mac Binder on the far sideline. I think that I forgot to give him credit as well. The Haitian just played, or wrapped up his playing career in college at the University of Tennessee Southern. With it now, Seth Otuanyi. Pressure from both sides. Whistled for the foul is Morazan's number 7. This is a game that often tempers will flare. I hope they don't flare so much in this game. Sassano connecting with Rozkov, who goes all the way back to Gay. I don't have any names necessarily for our players for Morazan, so if you hear me call them by their number, please excuse me. Now it's Kellen Clegg trying to cut it inside for Braden Nye. It's cleared forward. Jagny again puts it ahead, brought down by Binder. Turns onto his left foot. Cuts back again, trying to find an option. Can't make his way out of a pair of Morazan players. Now we'll slow things down. Switch pass, played backwards. Number 3 with it for Morazan. Rozkov charging, now with Clegg. Clegg quickly to Otuanyi. Balde through the middle again. Tackle 1. Rozkov there to recover. Can he keep it in? Indeed he can. On the floor is Otuanyi, but play will continue. Searching for one over the top, and it's a good one. Love has to get back. Defending is Jagny, cutting it inside. Chance. What a save from Zane Love to come out for that one, but a moment of brilliance from Morazan after going down inside the first 30 seconds. Now we'll restart again at the foot of Love. As Gay, who connects with Oduro. From Ghana to Russia to Senegal, we keep playing. Balde charging ball ahead. Morazan keeper will be there for it. Playing it out quickly is the number 1. Now the captain. Morazan building well out of pressure, actually. Good tackle from Rozkov with Clegg. Clegg escapes the pressure, plays it ahead. Excellent tackle from number 14 as Binder was through. Crucial intervention, but trying to get right back out as quick as they could. Won't be able to keep that one in. Didn't really have a chance in the intro as Balde scored so quickly, but want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Tennessee Tempo FC Sports Network. Oduro hits the deck as number 10 whistled for the shove in the back. We hope you enjoy the broadcast here. We have nearly all of our games broadcasted here on the YouTube channel, all free of charge. Try to give you all a good product. For myself, Harley Dixon, my broadcast director, Eric Dorsey. Kellen Clegg gets a foot to it, but is dispossessed. And then Roscoff wins it right back. I've said it a number of times, but Roscoff has done wonders, has really impressed me with how good of a player he's turned out for Tempo. Came in for tryouts, was a friend of Danny Sassano here on the right side of the back three. And as you see at this level, sometimes players are here for a good time, not a long time, but Mike has stuck around and he has made a real impact. And he's continued to impress me week in and week out. Talking about impressive, there is the All-American in Balde, now with Clegg. Clegg searching, has the ball forward. Binder was there for it, but Binder will be whistled for offside. And that probably would have been a penalty if not for the offside, as I think that may be 0-2. No, it's not 0-2 on the deck. That may be Balde again. Yeah, I do believe that is the goal scorer. A late challenge, really an unnecessary challenge, as the offside was just a little bit late. Play continued. And then Balde ended up getting clipped from behind. Oduro pressing the number 10. Laid off. You can see tension already beginning there in the middle of the park. Oduro was put on the floor one time by the number 10, and right there, player from Morazan was saying he was getting a forearm up high. Big switch to the number 11. Brought down one-on-one with Jagney, played through. Gay's right there for it. He'll shield it off, and Love will step forward. And again, it is Gay. Now Binder playing along that left wing. Max scored the game-winning goal of a conference championship just a few seasons ago against Southern Indiana. I know he's got big goals in him when he needs. Working at Cumberland University, I watched him and another former Tempo player in George Grice both put goals in the back of the net against my employer. 0-2 dancing past three players, gets himself out of trouble. Now Braden Nye. Nye does really well to escape danger and plays Kellen Clegg through. Clegg one-on-one, cuts back onto his left. Touches a little big, and a good intervention from the number 3 for Morazan. Braden Nye, as well as his sister, MK Nye, both playing here for Tempo. Sister just played a freshman season at Tennessee Tech, while Braden, I believe, just wrapped up either his sophomore or junior year one at the University of Auburn Montgomery. He played a really big part in the national championship run for Tennessee Tempo whenever they took down LA 10 last year in the championship. They're in Orange County, taking down the hometown favorites, and I played a pivotal part all season long, but especially in that deep run. Talking about a deep run, it's Kellen Clegg shooting from range. Keeper does well just to brush it away, but it will be out for a corner. I think it will be the first corner of the game. We are now in the 10th minute of action. You have experience in big moments all across this team. Dominic Oduro, of course, scored the winner in that game, while Balde scored the winner in the game in the round previous against Chicago. As well as that, you have Open Cup experience. Big man Musa Gay played in that Open Cup victory over Chattanooga Red Wolves. Roscoff in quickly to Balde. Balde will pass one, shoots with the left, and catches all the ball but none of the goal as he sends that one skying over the bar. Talking about Open Cup, Kellen Clegg as well appeared in the Open Cup for Southern Indiana. Another UPSL team well represented. Had a tough draw against Louisville City, or Racing Louisville. I forget. I get my teams mixed up. Called for the foul is number 11 from Morazan. Rozkov able to scrape himself up off the floor. But there's young players with experience and older players with experience all across the field right now for this Tempo team. Players that have played at every level have succeeded everywhere they've went, and they continue as Tempo have already taken the regular season championship in the Kentucky-Tennessee Conference here in the Southeast Division. Binder ahead, searching for Balde. Players all tied up, can't quite find what they're looking for. Keeper out quickly to his captain. Cutting it inside to the number 10, can't get the ball off his foot. Now he'll elect to go back. And as he looks forward, left-footed ball is misplaced. Nye in quickly to Sassano. Skips past Oduro, connects with Rozkov. Really well done by Jagny. Balde past one. Senegalese midfielder taking his space, all kinds of numbers forward. And just a hair too much on the ball from Balde, who was looking for an early goal and assist here in this first half. Captain escapes. We'll have the ball given right back to him. Rewarded for his efforts. Defending now is Jagny. Lays it off instead for Binder. Binder gets a foot to it. Oduro wins it. Will lay it off to Otuanyi. Wisely done by Danny Sassano. Not afraid in front of pressure. Nye recovers. Otuanyi gets past one. Inside to Clegg. Back to Nye. There's a big collision, and I'm shocked that's not a yellow card yet. Referee has to do well to keep tensions calm in this game because they can get out of hand quickly. I try to never let my emotions get the best of me when I'm on a broadcast, but I think that was very clearly two-hand shove. But it is what it is now. Oh, and as I say that, looks like somebody's going to be given a yellow. Someone's in the book. I don't know who. I got to be careful. She might put me in the book for dissent. So somebody is. Could have been the captain. The captain was talking more to the center ref than anybody, I think, but truly don't know. Seems as though Clegg will be fine either way. Sassano will have the restart. Big switch pass. Puts Jagny on the run. Jagny will have to look ahead for Binder. Binder still with it. Rozkov surveying the space, will lay it off for holding midfielder Oduro. Love the effort from Sassano not to look negative if he doesn't have to. Doesn't have to. It's been a long day. I already called another game. Touch a little too big from Balde. Played right back the opposite way now. Well done by Mike. Otuanyi playing a little deeper than he typically would, allowing Clegg the space ahead. Well done by Binder. Well, as I say that, thought it was well done by Binder to hold up his run. You could see him pull himself back. But indeed, he will be whistled for the offside. Morazan start play quickly. Over the head of Sassano. Pressure coming from the number 7. Excellent job from Sassano. Oduro and Nye. Nye with an acre of space. Tries to play it through 2 defenders, but it's won back by Morazan. Tempo have enjoyed the line share of the ball so far. We're rewarded with a goal inside the first 20 seconds of this game, something I don't think that I've ever seen in my own life or career, besides maybe on a YouTube video. The throw-in just misplaced from the left back for Morazan. Balde ran right onto it and without hesitation managed a shot into the top left corner. And Nye charging that one down, has 2 options in the middle with Otuanyi and Clegg, but a crucial tackle from number 14 for Morazan will stop it before it ever really got going, as we are now 1/3 of the way through our first half. Ticking over into the 16th minute, we'll wait for the throw-in from Nye. Flicked on by Roscoff, really well done. Clegg on one side, escapes another player, cuts it back to Nye. Early delivery. Punched out of danger, but we'll see for how long. Players hitting players, hitting players. Eventually it is Morazan who gets out of it with possession. Number 13 for Morazan holding the line high. He'll receive the ball into feet, 1-2 with 11, and now they have a chance to counter with numbers. One-on-one with Jagney. Amazing job done by Mo. That's going to go out for a throw-in, but what could have been a really, really hard to defend 3-on-2 counter. The Gamian's defense pays off. Number 10 with it for Morazan. Cuts back, stood up by Roscoff. Now look for the deep cross. Instead, dummies it, plays it forward. 13 looks like took a dive as the referee doesn't even consider stopping play. And there's a really late tackle. And that, again, is another yellow card, this time given to number 11 for Morazan. And that is just a dangerous moment. It's really not necessary. And, again, you allow it to continue, and these things just get worse and worse. I mean, it studs up, two-footed tackle directly into the front of his foot. Again, I really hate to play that type of commentator, but I think that it was a terrible challenge. You see that a lot at times, and sometimes I bite my tongue, but right there, that was just a completely unnecessary sliding tackle. Roscoff puts it in the air for Sassano, who chested down. Outlet with Nye, but unable to keep it in play. Now we'll have a throw-in coming from number 3 for Morazan. 18 minutes into this game. It was the same player who had his throw taken off of him and countered for the first goal of the game. Binder hits the deck. Referee says play on. Big switch. Brought down by Otuonyi. Skip pass forward for Nye. Really well done from Nye. Looking for Binder. Binder just unable to keep it in play. And that will be a goal kick. As Binder nearly got a foot to it, was just a step behind. Another really big chance for Tempo. Countering quickly, something that you don't see Tempo get to do against a lot of teams, actually play out on the counter. But right there, Otuonyi brought it down with one touch from his chest and then looked straight forward for Nye. Nye tried to slot it forward for Binder, but just overcooked it ever so slightly. And there again is another foul from number 11. He's going to have to really mind his manners the rest of this first half. And the referee not telling him to take his steps back either. Balde wins it. Jagney has Roscoff in front, who he likes to play it to. Now with Balde. Has to look for options. Eventually does have one in Musa Gay. Tackle and ball won back by Morazan. Oduro Sassano in the same area. Now number 10 shooting from range. Not a bad attempt, but out for a goal kick. And it's moments like that that you're going to have to really try and limit from Morazan. If you're Tennessee Tempo, I don't think they're going to have much of the ball in your half, but when they do, you have to make sure that they can't have any individual moments of brilliance right there, as number 10 did that just about all by himself, fighting through Danny Sassano and then turning and shooting. Now Zane Love will have Gay to his left and Sassano to his right. He elects to play it to the American, who now goes long. Clegg has it. Now Clegg making a run through. Keeper going to have to come out for it. sends it sky high. Header won by Roscoff. I think probably could have brought it down, but tried to head it over to Oduro, and Morazan recovered possession. Not quite on the same page, are 10 and 11. Quick passing in the middle from Tempo. Super job from Seth Otuani with not one but two players in front of him to see the option a lot of players probably wouldn't have seen. And the passing right now is as fruitful as ever, as Kellen Clegg is going to shoot from range. It's going to go well long, but another really good moment for this Tempo midfield and attack. Tempo are a team that give up a lot of goals very often. So really much of the time it's just about trying to put the goals in yourself. As you know, you're going to have much of the ball in the majority of your games. But what are you going to do with it while you have it? And right there, as well as earlier on in this game, obviously, the moments have been going well for Tempo. Gay connects with Love. Hard press coming from number 13 up top. All for naught as they find Roscoff in the middle. Binder's pass does not connect with its target. Balde there to slow down the counter, not allow it to kick off so quickly. Number 7, number 3 back to their defense. Tempo settle into their rest defense. And as I say, they settle into rest defense. They'll have the ball again as the pass cannot find its target. Just about into the 23rd minute of action, roughly halfway through this first half. Tempo, of course, scored in the first 20 seconds. Quickest goal I've ever seen off the foot of Suleimane Balde. That'll be a throw-in for Morazan. Braden Nye coming back to help defend alongside Otuwanyi and Binder. Long throw. Initial head on it was a Tempo head, so it will be a corner kick for Morazan. Number 11's the first one to it. Number 8 was coming over to take it, and he told him to step back. Corner taken quickly. Doesn't take much time to set up. Now Roscoff ahead. Captain for Morazan. Splits the defenders. Tackle 1. And then tackle 1 right back the opposite way. Jagny defending 11, who has it again. Looks for the cross. Header. Save. Not a bad moment for Morazan trying to bed themselves into this game. And right there, they force a real save from Zane Love. I've watched Zane Love play before. If there's one thing that he has about his game, he can kick it as far as he wants. But right there, Kellen Clegg is going to be just fractionally offside. Morazan's keeper has it before he plays it out to his left center back. Number 13 keeping the line high for Morazan on the opposite end, while the Morazan defense enjoys a bit of a rest. Holds the ball while Tempo waits to press. Nye one-on-one with the number 10, supporting is Sassano. And number 10 with 2 defenders in front of him, tries to dance along the line, but did 2 steps too far. Now it'll be Braden Nye with a throw. Throw goes to the foot of Otuwanyi, takes the deflection off a Morazan player, and I'll play the same track again. Instead, this time he goes backwards to Sassano. Header won by Morazan. Play continues. It's clever play from, I think that's number 11, as I think he saw that Roscoff was at a full sprint and simply just pulled the e-brake on him and stood flat still, and the Russian had no option but just to collide directly with him. No card given. I don't think there truly was any foul play. But yeah, looking at the replay here, I think the player knew exactly what he was doing. Clever play by number 11. Got the ball off his foot and then squatted down in a little crab stance. Number 11, again, will be on the end of this one as his volley will make its way out for a goal kick. There's no ball back behind the goal, so Love will have to take the short walk over to get that one. It appears as though both extra balls that are behind, what should be behind the goals, both are behind the Morazan goal, while there's one more at the fourth officials table. Now Love will play it to Gay. Connects right back with Sassano. Looked like he wanted to go long, pulled back. Now a little chip ball over the top. Connects with Clegg. Sweetly done getting out of that danger. If Binder stays on it, he has a chance to force the keeper to turn it over. Well done by the goalkeeper. I thought that he looked as though he's going to go long. Kept his cool, kept it on the floor. Now Morazan looked to counter again. It's going to go well past the frame of number 13. Didn't really have a chance to bring that one in. Now Jagney ahead. Otuwanyi cannot complete the 1-2 with Mac Binder. Again with it is Morazan, but only for the moment. I tried to hush up just for a second, allow the game to develop, but every time I try to stop for a moment, it seems like that's when something happens. Balde connects with Clegg as Otuwanyi through. An amazing ball and an even more amazing save. Clegg shoots it in the side net. Kellen Clegg, oh my goodness. With the right foot from that angle, I didn't think it was possible. That was an amazing moment of attack as it all started with the ball forward from Braden Nye. Braden Nye put it ahead. Sliding tackle from Morazan. Balde kept alive, looked forward for Clegg. Seth Otuwanyi staying in line with the center back. And right there, he takes a shot from range. But Kellen Clegg, after the save, he's there to put that one in the back of the net for a real moment of attacking brilliance. Now with the score at 2-0, we'll go into the 29th minute of action with tempo relatively firmly in the driver's seat. We'll have to see how these subs are managed for Morazan if they think they need players now. Of course, there's no re-entry in these games, so once you're out, you're out. It all really happened because of that defending in the back. And Braden Nye broke out quick. Didn't quite connect with his target the first time, but Balde stuck with it. Won it back for tempo, and then the combination between Clegg and Otuwanyi ended up proving fruitful. Now Morazan with twice as much work to do. Number 3 here on the near sideline, trying to make something happen. Looks forward, can't connect. Otuwanyi, Balde. Balde threads it, looking for Clegg, another danger ball. Sends the cross in and Binder skies it. Mac Binder, I think, will be kicking himself right there. Not for the sake of trying, but I think right there that's what pundits would call a high XG position, that being expected goal. But with that said, sends it a little bit high of the bar. And now Tempo will have to search again for their third goal of this game. One thing you can't do is let this be a moment for Morazan to rally around. Mac was just in front of the 6-yard box, and I don't think anyone on this team will need to let Mac hear it more than he will let himself hear it. Thankfully, this is a game that Tempo are already commanding, as that was nearly as good of a ball as you're going to get in front of the goal. I say it slightly in jest. I respect the ability of all these players on the field, but I'm sure Mac will be replaying that over and over in his head. Morazan, though, recover with 15 minutes left to play in regular time here in the first half. Need to use that as a way to build some of their own momentum. Jagney completing the triangle to Danny Sassano amongst the back three. Rozkov cuts it back. Has Otuani right back to the Russian. Eventually it will be a Morazan throw. And it looks as though we will have our first sub of the game early on in this first half. Well, I shouldn't say early on necessarily, but early on in this game with this upcoming in this first half. Jagney forward to Balde. Player on his left and his right. Stays calm, gets out of the danger. Clegg again. Captain recovers it. I give credit to Morazan because they've really had to stop big moments from Tempo since early on in this game. Obviously, 20 seconds in, Balde made it 1-0, and they've had to defend wave after wave of attacks, which is not something easy to do to keep your head up. Tempo did manage to double their lead moments ago. Now set at 2-0. The boys in red trying their best to add to that total. Jagney brings it down. Hard press coming from number 11. Zane Love will get a boot to it. He'll send it sky high, allow his defense to come back. And it looks like number 3 will be subbed out, making way for number 6. They'll have to trade shin guards. I've been there before. At least the referee knows he has them in. Number 10 trying to make magic happen, but it will be a goal kick. Or the referee pointed as if it was a goal kick. I think it must just be a throw. Yeah, throw deep near the corner flag. Long throw, flicked on by 13. Header towards the second post. We restart as Rozkov searching for options, looking ahead. Connects with Otuani and now with Balde. Mac Binder one-on-one. Probing ball ahead for Clegg. Keeper's able to bring it in, no problem. Jagney defending. It will be a tempo throw. He'll go quickly back to Love. Sassano with Rozkov. Again with Balde. Tempo building out using several similar moments. Now with Clegg. Clegg has Nye through the middle. Can cut it back. He looks for Nye. Nye still with it. And a big tackle from number 14. But it'll be yet another corner kick for Tennessee Tempo with 10 or so minutes left to play here in this first half. Looks like it will be Rozkov who will take the corner. I've actually seen him take set pieces with both left and right foot. So we'll see what they do here, if it's an in-swinger or an out. Looks like this should be an in-swinging right-footed corner. Tempo with a lot of red all over the box. Top to bottom, sends it to the second post. Header, second post, saved, really well done. Therefore, it was Binder just on the opposite side of the 6. And he tries to put it into the top left part of the goal, but well saved by the goalkeeper, who now looks to be shaken up. I'll pause quickly as we wait to make sure he's all right. Seems as though everything's all right. I was just taking a moment to point out we have a really nice crowd here tonight at Siegel High School in lovely Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Roscoe giving directions. Now he'll put the ball in on the floor. Balde runs up to it. Cuts it back now, chips it over the top. Header from Sassano. And offside was Oduro. Keeper plays it quickly. Not sure how that happened because the offside flag went up. Keeper handled it and just threw it forward. Typically, you'd have to pull that back, play the offside. Referee didn't see, so play continues. Player at the second post. Roscoe dribbles through the middle. Really calm under pressure. If that's me, I'm kicking that out so quick for a corner. I guess that's the reason I'm not playing on a former national championship team like Tempo. Oduro pass one, Balde pass two. Kellen Clegg making a run through. I feel like Dr. Seuss right now. Well done from the Morazan keeper. That, I think, probably should be a Morazan throw. But you won't hear me complaining about it. We'll have another moment for Tempo to get players forward. See if it's a throw. It is a throw. Braden Nye with not many options in front of him. Otuani checks in. Nye left-footed ball in quickly. Header from Binder. They're going to whistle Binder for the foul. The score is set at 2-0. I don't think you'll see Tempo try and slow themselves down too awful much. Captain from Morazan just inching the ball up the field, waiting to trigger the press from Tempo. Never could trigger it, but does find a ball forward that's turned over almost immediately. Backheel from Clegg, thought he had Otuani ahead. Now the center back dispossessed, back with Otuani. Clegg making the run through, still with it is Seth. Cuts it back. Will it be a corner or a goal kick? Looks like it will be a corner. Time ticking away here in this first half. Tempo leading by 2-0. Scored in the 20th second of the game. Worldy of a shot from Balde. Before adding to it not too much long ago. That wasn't very good English. Not too long ago. And Kellen Clegg cleaned up the scraps of a save from the Morazan goalkeeper. Sorry about the voice crack. I've been on here for all about 4 or 5 hours talking now, it feels like, and my sinuses are shot from the fan running in here. It's not quite as hot as it was, but it's not the coolest here in Murfreesboro. Throw in deep in their own territory for Morazan. It's won immediately by Balde, but the header will fly out of play. Balde again winning it. Clegg with a host of Morazan players in front of him. Back heel finds Binder, left foot punched out. Kellen Clegg, man, sometimes he just has a way of getting himself out of a press. Balde and Otuani linking up well. Again, it's Balde, gets past the slide tackle. Otuani over the top now to Clegg, who's whistled offside. The danger moments continue for Tempo. With 5 minutes left in the first half, I'm sure they're thinking, let's at least put one more in. Missed touch from number 10, reined in by 13. Quick ball through. And Love is there. Roscoff dropping in. Since he's really cemented himself into the lineup, he's helped take a bit of that ball carrying duty and pressure relief out of the hands of Dominic Oduro. Something I didn't think that I would ever be able to say with the ability that I think and I know that Oduro possesses. Morazan has done incredibly well. Now he'll find Braden Nye, though Nye whistled offside. And now we try to restart quickly, but we'll pull it back. Still waiting for the restart with number 14 for Morazan. Morazan based out of the Nashville, Tennessee area, just down the road here from Murfreesboro. Mistouch from the fullback for Morazan gives possession right back to the boys in red. And our linesman so nice as to get the ball for Mo Jagney. Something you won't often see. Not nice lineman, but saying that most of the time they just won't interject themselves at all. Love long and on the floor to Roscoff, connecting again with Balde, right back to the Russian. The midfield has just been on top of it this game. We continue to sync up well as you could ask. Clegg hits the deck, play continues, advantage being played. Balde looks long. Keeper able to bring it in with no issue. Captain slowly bringing it forward. Switches to his other center back. Nye has Otuwani, does really well to play it right back. Shot from Clegg, and what a save that was from Morazan's number 1. Can hear a loud yell from Kellen Clegg. Clegg is just about as intense of a player as there can be, while almost always lovely off of it. But he's a player, he plays with a lot of passion and a lot of energy. And right there, that exclaim you heard from him, I think just frustration that he wasn't able to give himself a brace. Otuwani combining now with Nye. Nye cuts it to Clegg. Clegg and Nye again combining. Keeps possession. Otuwani surveys for options, now onto his left. Has Binder on the opposite side. And eventually Seth is whistled for the foul. And a yellow card is given to him for, I think, putting 2 hands up and kind of pushing the player away. It looked mostly just in the run of play, but I didn't quite see the connection. But I'll have a chance now as the replay is occurring. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see much in it, but you have to try and keep heads calm from both sidelines. So I don't hate the decision to give a yellow right there, as odd as that can sound, considering this is the Tennessee Tempo FC Sports Network, not Morazan ZLA FC. But what I am a fan of is keeping the game under control, and right there, that helps to serve that purpose. 18 for Morazan charging. Now cut off by Otuwani. Linesman not even going to consider moving from his line, as he saw that one off the whole way. Well, that was a number 7 trying to make the run through. Final 30 seconds of regular time in the first half. Roscoff deals it ahead. Now Balde and Binder connecting. Flicks it outside for Braden Nye. Tempo slow and methodical here in build-up. Ball over the top for Otuwani. His touch lets him down slightly. Still with it is Otuwani. Now Nye. Nye crosses it. Keeper got a hand to it, saved, and now tries to keep it in play, but unable to. And depending on how much added time we have, this first half should end with the 2-0 lead for Tempo. I think as I said that, I see 2 minutes from our fourth official, so that's still plenty of time for either team to strike. I was halfway expecting 1 minute, but as ironic as it can sound, just the difference between 1 and 2 minutes can really be a lot depending on how this half plays out. Now searching long is Morazan. Skied by Sassano. Can Jagny keep it in? He does. Pressure from 2 Morazan players now. Gay cuts it back inside to Oduro. Amazingly dealing with the press as he almost always does. Binder battling it out, and Binder will be whistled for the foul. Mac Binder unhappy with the foul being given to him. Now play restarts with Morazan. Jagny wins it back. Think we're ticking ever closer to the end of this first half. Morazan really want to get one back before we go into the locker rooms for a halftime break. Roscoff, Binder, Jagny, Oduro, everybody all around that ball. And wisely done by the Russian. Just switch play and allow your team to get spread back out. Clegg, I think, will be pretty easily offside. I think Killen's not the happiest with that decision, but I did see it. Jagny wins the ball. Baldy again. Looking for options. Clegg making a run through. One thing you can say about Clegg is he has been as willing of a runner as you'll find here in this first half. And Mac Binder will hold the ball for the final moments as the final whistle blows here in this first half. Tempo put one in the 20th second of this game as Suleimane Balde hit a rocket into the top left corner. And then his effort was matched by Kellen Clegg in the 28th minute as Tempo put 2 in the first 45 minutes to take that lead into the break while they've held Morazan goalless. We'll be back in 15 minutes or so for our second half of action. Thank you for tuning in to the Tennessee Tempo FC Sports Network. We hope you'll rejoin us for the second half. And welcome back, fans, to the Tennessee Temple FC Sports Network for our second half of action here at Siegel High School Stadium. The sun is slowly starting to set. Well, the sun is also slowly starting to set here on our regular season, as this will be the final home game of this UPSL regular season before we get things started in lovely postseason action. It was this time a year ago that the boys in red were able to make the miraculous run to win the national championship in Orange County, California. You love having high expectations, and this is a team with them. And I expect more goals in this second half, but it won't come on that one from Mikhail Rozkov, as well worked down the left wing by Mac Binder. His name slipped by me for a moment. Cut it all the way back for Rozkov, who tried to put a lace through it, but could not catch it cleanly. Morazan had a couple real moments of threat, but nothing that goalkeeper in the first half, Zane Love, couldn't handle. We will have a goalkeeper change here in the second, as Kimo Gardner will come in and finish this one out. The lineup besides that seems to remain the same in the back line as you see it with the ball. Mo Jagney at that left side center back. Through the middle, Musa Gay, and on the far side, Danny Sassano. In the midfield, a couple players connecting amongst themselves right there, that being Seth Otuwanyi, Suleimane Balde, Mikhail Rozkov, and Kellen Clegg. Clegg plays more of a striker in the first half, but so far he's already been playing on the left wing to start this half. We'll see if that changes. There you go, as I point to it. They switch back, put Clegg back through the middle. Charging his ball, an excellent ball forward, and oh, I really didn't think that that was offside. We'll say that that's why Kellen missed, because he knew he was offside either way. But a big start, a quick start to the second half. Oduro wins it. Oduro, I don't know that I gave him his mention in the midfield, playing as sort of a double pivot with Mikhail Rozkov. Ball through on the floor from Gay, connects with Balde, charging his Binder, but dispossessed by Morazan. This has been as physical of a game as you'll find most of the time. Gay holding play up. Now number 9 for Morazan, their danger man. Rips a shot from about 40 yards out. I'll say 30 yards out. I'll be nice. Clegg comes in committed for the challenge. Now it's Otuwanyi. Lays it off for Balde. Balde charging. Outside to Nye. Nye can deliver it quickly if he wants, and indeed he does. Ray Nye nearly just had a moment to remember, as I think he misplayed his cross ever so slightly, and it nearly turned into a worldie of a goal here in the first few minutes of this second half. And Tempo are really mounting the pressure on Morazan, trying to build on that goal differential little by little. Rozkov will have the corner. In-swinger put on the floor. Back heel shot. Otuwanyi's shot goes just wide as it takes a deflection. It will be another corner. That could have been another incredible goal. This has been a game full of fun moments. In the 20th second of the game, if you missed it, we'll probably go and clip and put it on the Instagram. Don't you worry. Suleimane Balde put a cracker into the left top corner of the goal. Put Tempo ahead. And then in the 28th minute, combination play, saw Tempo put another one in. That delivery to the second post, header, Sassano. And Danny Sassano was ever so close to making it 3-0, getting ahead to that. Cleared off the line, though, and this game will stay sat at 2-0. Ball turned over, Clegg, now Balde. Excellent tackle to win it in the box. I looked down for a moment. The goal kick misplaced, but now the counter is on. Number 19 for Morazan down the sideline. Gay steps forward for it. Wisely done by the big man in the middle. allow his defense to reset. Number 11 hits the deck, collides with Binder's leg. The delivery headed out by Gay. Now Balde. Instead, it's Clegg who tracks it down. Binder, 0-1 Jagny. The press is relentless, never relenting from Morazan. But they have to slow down and pick their fights. Now the press does indeed slow down as the Tempo back line enjoys possession. Jagny to Binder. Jagny get a lot of touches on the ball. Sassano with plenty of options around him. He'll play it in the middle of the park to Roscoff. Jagny had Binder initially. When he just gave that second look, gave the captain for Morazan time to recover. That'll be a corner for Tempo. And you can hear a yell from either a Morazan fan or player one, unhappy with the decision. Morazan with a full coaching staff next to their bench now. I think that's where we're hearing the shouts from. More coaches than subs right now. Delivery again from Roscoff near the first post. And I think that may have been off the backside of Braden Nye. What a ball that was. Really good one to the first post. And Mikhail Roscoff just put in a peach of a ball. I need to watch the replay. That looked like it almost hit off the backside of Braden Nye. I think that it did. That's a goal that I don't know that I've seen before, as it looked like Otuani may have got a touch on it, but take me to the club in Nashville tonight, Braden Nye, because you just earned yourself a dance right there, as I don't even think he knew how to celebrate whenever he hit it in, literally off his right hip. But now 3-0 for Tennessee Tempo. Still just trying to find a way to explain the goal as it went in, but Braden Nye, he'll get the credit for that goal. Now in the 53rd minute, Tempo find their third of the game. You can hear our fan section down here, the Tri-Stars, all cheering Tracy Cero. No habla español, pero I know that means 3-0. Jagny ahead with Balde. Balde has three players to get away from. Manages to go all the way back to Gay. Press coming forward. Tempo trying to escape it. Otuani and Clegg. Clegg is the one for it. Clegg has Otuani through the middle. Towards the second post is Binder. Crucial tackle from the Morazan captain. Kellen Clegg has been the danger man in this game. And right there, he nearly did it again. We'll have a sub coming into the game for Morazan next. As it appears, number 12 will be subbing in. Not before the throw, though, as Nye sends it back to Sassano. Right back to him. Thought about crossing, still with it is Nye. Deflected. Morazan just trying to get out of their own half. They do that time, but Gay gets possession right back for Tempo. Balde on the left wing by himself right now. Two subs on looking. Big clearance from the Morazan captain. Clearance that was much needed, as a trio of players were all in the box eagerly awaiting the cross. Now, as I was giving a lot of credit to the captain will relinquish his armband and step off the field, swapping number 16 for number 12. And Mac Binder will have the throw. We'll see if he's got a long throw in him, and doesn't even attempt a long throw, as Seth Otuani quite literally lays out on the floor to keep that ball down. Oduro, Roscoff, possession turned over, charging two players in the same spot, number 7 and 9. 11 on the near sideline. 7 and 9 still right on top of each other, and eventually an excellent ball through. 3 back to defend, 2 more coming forward for Morazan. Tempo slowly getting their numbers back. Early delivery one time from number 19, Otuwani connecting with Binder. Binder sends it forward. Balde's on an island between the legs of the defender. Now Clegg. And there's going to be a foul given, and it's only a yellow card as the goalkeeper was still there. Very nearly could have been a red card for Dogso. Something you don't see a massive amount of the time, but stopping the clear goal-scoring opportunity. Pushed Balde to the floor. At least said that they impeded his run. So now 2 or 3 players in the book for Morazan. And the goalkeeper might even buy himself a yellow by taking the ball and running away with it. Well, the play was dead either way for the sake of stopping for the card, so I don't think he was brandished one. Stood over top the set piece, dead ball. Balde and Oduro both. Pair of subs ready to come into the game. 2 players you won't see coming off the bench too often in Stanley Grandpierre and Jermaine Muirhead. They leave it for Balde, who shoots. Balde forces a good save from the keeper. Now it's Otuwanyi. Ball cleared by Morazan. Oduro again with Balde. One time forward. That ball sent sky high. That one I don't think was ever in danger of being a goal. That should allow our subs on. We'll see, actually. Are they going to motion them on? I think they did. Yeah, there we go. Looks as though Mac Binder will make his way off for Stanley Grandpierre, probably along that left wing, while Seth Otuwanyi was a danger man in this game. He comes off for Jermaine Muirhead. Muirhead, if I'm correct, this is his first time back in a couple games after serving a red card suspension. So congrats to Coach Muirhead for getting yourself back on the field. We'll have about 34 or so minutes to play in this game. We'll see how he makes the most of his moments. Already connecting well with Roscoff. Dummies his defender. Nye, early delivery. Header into the middle. It's Balde. Balde shoots. And Balde sends it off the crossbar of the American football goalpost. Looks as though Stanley Grandpierre will have the in-swinger. Takes it quickly on the floor. That's Oduro back to the Haitian. Grandpierre one-on-one with one of the subs. Oduro again. Oduro, I think, was just trying to place that ball into the top right corner. Hoped the keeper was off his line. Goalkeeper would not be beat this time. Braden Nye with an excellent recovery. Still with it is the American. Now Gay forward to Oduro. It's been a fun game to call. A lot of attack coming from this Tennessee Tempo team. Snuffed out that time, however, before it could ever prove to be much. Number 9 pressing for Morazan. But the one-touch passing, too much at the moment for the team wearing, looks like Pittsburgh Steelers or some kind of bumblebee yellow, top to bottom. All black and yellow. Oduro brought to the floor. Referee says play on. Tries to beat Gardner off his line. And beat him they do. And that is the first goal of the game for Morazan in a moment that nearly everybody quit playing as Oduro was pushed to the floor. But that's why you got to stay locked on, and it was a perfect ball to score from. And they caught Kimo Gardner wishing he wouldn't have been so high up the field. I do think there was probably a foul. Number 11 brought Oduro to the floor and then shot straight away. And if it's a consolation or not, it's still a goal. And now we've got ourselves more of a game than we had previously with 3-1. Didn't hardly know how to commentate that with just acting as if I was teed off with the referee's decision. Stanley Grandpierre looking for Balde. Grandpierre steps over, still with it. 2 defenders to beat. Player keeps it in. Morazan now arguing with their own players, saying, why the heck did you keep that in? Missed clearance. Grandpierre still with it. Grandpierre brought to the floor. Play continues. And Morazan, despite scoring a goal, are nearly imploding right now. Everyone arguing amongst their own players. Need some poise right now from this Tempo team. The subs are going to use their legs as much as they can. Chemo Gardner, I feel for you. And nearly another very dangerous moment, in Tennessee Tempo have to find a way to focus back into this game because this simply is not good enough after giving up that goal. Now Dominic Oduro whistled for the foul against the number 9 for Morazan. Was one that you hardly ever see happen, but a goal like that is enough to spark some momentum in a team and propel them forward. Now referee going to stop and allow 10 steps forward. First time she's done that on a set piece all game long. 2/3 of the way through. Appears as though number 18 will have it for the Nashville team. Ahead, Gardner should be there for it. Safe hands. Now with Muirhead getting out quick. We'll slow it down. Oduro back to Muirhead. Muirhead back to Sassano. This is what this Tempo team needed badly right now, I think, is just have a moment to gather yourself, get your breath back. Now Grandpierre with a mile of space ahead, only one defender to beat. Can he beat him? Cuts inside. Still with it is Grandpierre. Takes a deflection that goes well enough for Tempo. Now it's Clegg. Would have been well saved either way. Referee calls it offside. Those are the moments, if you're Tempo, you have to try and put away, as whether it was a beauty of a goal or not, or a well-worked goal or not from Morazan, cannot allow that moment to hold you up. .14 for Morazan has it. Sends it long, looking for number 9. Jagney gets ahead to it, only just. Now Grandpierre's pass, really well done by Musa Gay. And then Gay gets stepped on his foot. Referee didn't see it. I see Gay kind of grimacing. Not something you see from him often, as he's a rock back there emotionally, physically, mentally, everything. Grandpierre takes his space, lays it off for Balde, who can shoot from range. Keeper's there, just bats it down, brings it in calmly. Keeper finds number 11. Referees, the line-o, hadn't said which way he was actually going. Center ref ends up making the call. Balde karate kicks out there, trying to get a foot on the ball, goes right past him. Pass misplaced. Tempo will have yet another throw. Sassano flicks it forward for Nye. We'll have the option to retreat or go through the middle. Through the middle he goes. And then we'll go right back to Danny Sassano. Tempo just have to keep their heads calm and play through the inevitable press. Oduro trying to take a big run forward, and essentially just a clearance from number 19 just to get a foot on it and send it out of harm's way, if only for the moment. Muirhead turns past one, still with it's Jermaine. Flicks it forward, Balde. Outside to Grandpierre. Grandpierre with only the captain to beat. Now players there to help. He has at least 3 or 4 players in front of him, and Stanley still somehow has it. Flicked back. Roscoff outside. Instead cuts it in. And Morazan have got their players back to defend. Dominic Oduro happy to just sit and watch what opens up for him. Players appealing for a high kick. Cross on the floor to Nye, from Nye. Sneaks his way all the way through, and we'll have a goal kick. The new captain, number 10 for Morazan, trying to build out the back. Now number 19 connecting with 11. Number 9 has Mo Jagney pinned. Good hold-up play. And a really important tackle from Jermaine Muirhead. Can hear head coach Dom saying, just play, just play. Keep playing the ball. Try not to get stuck into some of the harsh tackles and the little bit of infighting that a team like this will cause you to have. Morazan, albeit not top of the table by any means, they're a team that I don't know if many people enjoy knowing they're on the schedule. They always play you really hard. They'll play in a way that frustrates you, chip away at you little by little. They'll get at least a few yellow cards a game. I don't think any of them would be afraid to say that. Now number 19 going to be whistled for the foul. Play restarts quickly with Grand Pierre. It's 2 in front of him, 1 behind him. Stanley doing his dance. Shoots, deflection off 14. Nye comes back for it. Nye doesn't choose to look negative. Instead, through the middle. Again, it's the Russian Rozkov. Forward to Nye. Consider a one-time delivery. He does. Bicycle kick. Deflected. The side kick, bicycle, whatever you would call it, from Kellen Clegg. Nearly a worldy of a goal. But, man, collides off the post. And Braden Nye put that ball in an excellent position. And Kellen Clegg did everything but put it in the back of the net. As this game may be sat at 3-1, it feels like it could easily be 6-1 at worst. Really probably should be 6-0, but foul wasn't called, and an excellent shot was taken from about midfield, so credit to the 1 goal from Morazan. Kellen's always a joy to watch. The guy makes some magic at times. Threading that ball forward, Gay defending. Gay drops in as Sassano picks his man up. Nye now one-on-one with the defender. Excellent job from Braden Nye, man. The Nyes are just the salt of the earth type of people, and Braden is no exception, as he's a joy to watch. One of those guys that people would kind of joke around about and say he plays the game the right way. He doesn't commit too many fouls. He doesn't need to commit. He makes the right tackles. He plays smart when he needs to. He can do just about everything you need him to do and do it with a smile. And he'll make his way off the field in place of Ballatore. While it looks like Suleimane Balde will step off in the place of Nico Riveros. Oh, is Braden actually coming off? No, Braden's not coming off. Is he just switching sides? What are we doing here? Looks like Braden just switched sides. I didn't realize. I can't see. Maybe that might be Dominic Oduro making his way off. So he'll have himself a little bit of a shorter game than he often would. Thought that was surely Braden Nye coming off in the place of Bala Musa. But with that said, Braden will stay on, as I was just giving him his due praise. Torrey goes back to Sassano. Sassano colliding with number 11. Plays his way through the slide tackle. And it will be Morazan ball. Here's we have just about 20 minutes left in this game. Musa Gay now being given the captain's armband from Dominic Oduro. That's the first time I think that I may have ever seen the captain's armband not being worn by players named anything except for Dominic Oduro, Nathaniel Badai, or Kwojo Poku. Now Ali Marley, I think, will be the last sub into the game, taking the place of Mo Jagney. Mo Jagney, really a midfielder by trade, but man, he's one of those guys. He'll just work wherever you put him, and when he's played back there in the defense, he's really made it happen. But now, something to more similar of a backline that you'll typically see minus Nathaniel Badai, or Bongo as most people know him. You have Ali Marley back on the right, Gay through the middle, and Sassano on the left. So I think this is kind of the typical starting back three, and nearly said back four, starting back three that you would see for tempo whenever the days that Bongo is out. Well done by Gay to get out of that pressure. Nye with number 5 on the heels of Kellen Clegg, whistled for the foul. Sassano gets us going again. Ali Marley with one of his first touches of the game, threads it forward for Balamusa Torre. Bala pressuring the ball, but can't quite rein it in. That job will be done by Jermaine Muirhead. Grandpierre puts it forward, searching for Kellen Clegg. And number 19, will go all the way back to his goalkeeper. And they'll link right back up again. Well done. Laying advantage. Forward to number 11. Stanley working his tail off since he's came into this game. Player stays on side. Header from Sassano. Danny laying it all on the line to cut that attack off. You have to give all the credit in the world to all these guys on the field because they come out here week in and week out and play like everything is on the line for them. Well, this is just a semi-pro level, the 4th tier roundabout of soccer inside the U.S. Hopefully some of you fans that are out there listening are excited for the U.S. World Cup while we're just out here on the broadcast trying to show that there's good soccer at all levels across each level of the U.S. Marley trying to probe, find a ball forward for Nico Riveros. Riveros takes a touch pass, one defender. Nico still with it. One-on-one, gets past 14, can send a cross in, takes a deflection. Nico calling for handball. Moose's touch taken off from him. Now the captain again with space. 3 back to defend and 3 to go forward. Ali Marley slowing things up, allowing Tempo to get their numbers back. The heel unable to keep the ball in from number 12 up top. Center ref going to tell Bala Torre to take his steps back before he eventually throws it in to Jermaine Muirhead. Turning is Roskov, number 11, charging hard at him. Now forward to Nye. Nye knocks it past the player. Braden Nye still with it. And Braden Nye takes a forehead to the head, and that's going to be a penalty. I was about to say, and number 11 just takes the ball and sends it out of frustration. Honestly, right there, I would prefer not to see a yellow card given to him because I think number 11 already has a yellow from early in the game. It's not like play was going to happen quickly anyway, so fair enough right there. Really well done by Braden Nye, though, holding strong, going down the line, 8 of forearm to get that penalty. And right now it looks like Kellen Clegg and Stanley Grandpierre arguing over who's going to get the penalty, so that's something to look out for. The two of them still in a bit of a staring contest, I think. And it looks like Clegg is going to give it up to Grandpierre, so I don't want to misjudge the situation. It looked like they were arguing over the ball, Chelsea style, a couple years ago. That said, the Haitian will have a chance to make it 4. Clegg already had 1 in this game. If Stanley's able to bed this one away, this will be 4 separate goal scorers in this game for Tennessee Tempo. 75th minute of action. Chance to make it 4. The Haitian steps forward. Shoots. And buries it in the bottom of the net. And Stanley's not going to miss those often, and he made no mistake about that. 75 minutes down. Tennessee Tempo lead 4-1. Looking back at the attack that made it happen, I said it was Braden Nye that drew the penalty, but ultimately building it up. Started with Roskov. Roskov connected with Grandpierre, and Grandpierre held up play just long enough so that Braden Nye could make his run forward, and Nye ate a forearm elbow to the chin in order to get that penalty. And then it was Stanley Grandpierre that did the rest. Now with score set at 4-1, as I need to change it on the scoreboard as I'm pulling double duty right now. Also need to change the half. Second half, 76th minute, Tempo leading by 4 goals to 1. Need to try and hold this Morazan team off. Well, this is another moment. though Chemo Gardner's going to be able to bring this one in. I was looking down at my computer. Just as it happened, there was a near chance for Morazan as they held the run perfectly, Jermaine Muirhead connecting with Roskov. Now Muirhead for Ballatore. Can Torre keep it in? Torre just a couple steps behind that. Be a throw in for Morazan. Both teams, I think, have exhausted all their subs in this game, so this is how these teams will line up for the rest of this one. Torre collides with about 5 players right there. Again, another deflection off the foot of Grandpierre and a Morazan player. And Kellen Clegg forces the keeper to pick the ball up, as I think he was just going to take his time. Header from Sassano flicked off the back of number 9 for Morazan. And now it's Musa Gay defending all the way out. Throw in for Morazan. And actually, I thought that was a throw. Looks like it's going to be a set piece. Not sure if it was a handball or a foul or what. I didn't see it in the moment, to be honest. Let's see. I've got my replay coming up now. Yeah, it looks like Musa just handballed it. Now taking the set piece, wearing the captain's armband, number 10 for Morazan. Curler in, headed out by Sassano. Now Marley. No, that's Muirhead, excuse me. Muirhead with a lot of space. Cuts it back. Linking with Roskov, that's Riveros. Riveros threading it ahead to Ballatore. Torre's got pace, one-on-one with his defender. Another one there to help. Lays it off for Riveros. Flicked on by Clegg. Nico still has it. Nico still charging through all players on this field. Nico looking to score a worldie, and he nearly does. On the floor looking for the bottom right corner. The Paraguayan nearly just pulled a rabbit out of a hat, cutting his way past 4 or 5 different Morazan players. Thought that he was going to have another moment of brilliance in this game. Well saved by the keeper. I think the keeper maybe made it look like a little bit better of a save than it was, but all credit to Riveros. Keeper bobbles it, cleared off its line, and Riveros hits the deck. And is that a whistle for another penalty? I think that it is. Nico Riveros was absolutely sandwiched between 2 separate players. I couldn't hear the whistle, but I see the players all standing around the ball, and now Stanley Grandpierre holding the ball. I don't know if he's going to give it to Nico or what we're going to do. It looks like Nico may have the penalty. And a hug from both Clegg and Grandpierre, as the two of them, like I said, I don't know if they're actually arguing for the ball or not, but saying that, the two of them had a conversation for the last penalty. But now it's Nico Rivero's chance to make it 5, just about 5 minutes on from the previous penalty. Can the Paraguayan convert? Short run-up steps, shoots, saved. Well done by the goalkeeper. Short run-up from Nico Riveros. You can hear Morazan's coaching staff saying that corner was horrible. Saying, I think that Nico Riveros will wish that he has that penalty back. Well saved. Short run-up, couldn't fool the keeper. Now a corner from Grandpierre near the first post. Flicked on, still in play. And Nico nearly just made up for the penalty being saved with a header that he almost scored just moments ago. 10 connects with 9. Connects with the wrong number 10 the second time, though, as Stanley Grandpierre takes it off of the Morazan player. Kellen Clegg going to be whistled for the foul, but ends up getting a forearm at the same time. play somehow continues with both coaching staffs yelling at their players. 10 with it again. Driving through the middle, lays it off at 4:18. Finds the number 9 who shoots. Not a bad left-footed shot at all. '81st minute of this game. And is it going to be given as a goal kick or a corner? Eventually it is, I think, given as a corner. Our officials here not quite on the same page. I don't really know what was going on, but now nearly a minute on from the actual shot being taken, it's eventually given for a corner. Taking the outswinger will be number 7. Getting a touch to it only just was Danny Sassano. Captain shoots, deflected by Rozkov. And 14 can't quite keep that ball in play. That'll be a tempo throw. Now the player will throw it back for Ali Marley to have to walk to, but all he's doing is taking away from his own time. Never understood that sometimes. Now it's Musa Gay with the player directly in front of him. Escapes the pressure with a left-footed ball, but cannot quite put it on target. Rozkov wins it straight back anyways. Now before 11 shoots. Well saved by Kimo Gardner. Gets it out quickly. Brought down by Grant Pierre with 18 on his back. Two-hand push, a little bit of frustration you can see for sure from the Morazan players. Dispossessed is Rozkov. Throws his hands, hangs his head, knows he messed up. Have to get back and defend, though. Shot deflected off Ali Marley. Number 11 still with it for Morazan. Cuts it back, unmarked in the middle is number 7. Tries to curl it, but cannot put his foot right. 83rd minute, this game slowly ticking away. Tempo leading still by a handsome lead, 4-1. Kellen Clegg leading the line. Nico Riveros, Bala Torre, Stanley Grant Pierre, Ray Nye all in support, holding the line. Nye drops in to help. Flicks it forward, one back by Morazan, and Nye wins it right back as soon as he lost it. Ball over the top for Clegg. Clegg is onside, but the ball has a little bit too much spin on it. It'll be a throw for Morazan momentarily. Number 5 sends a long throw in. This one's recovered by Riveros. Riveros has Torre on his right. Still with it's Riveros. Riveros lays it off now for Torre. Left foot shot. Leaned back when he took it, and that one will not endanger the goal. Now on the floor. Will play out of the back. Number 5 trying to survey for any kind of option. Only option he'll find is this 6'5" frame of Ali Marley, who's whistled for the foul. Feel for Ali just a little bit right there, as being as big as he is, it's easy for him to get undercut and still make it look like he climbed up the back of the defender. Now he'll have to try and get back and make up for his mistake. Marley one-on-one now with number 12. One of the subs in this game. He'll send it back to his captain. Slots it ahead, but Rozkov's there for it. Now Clegg. I don't know what that call is. I really don't know what's happening. I think they pulled it back for the sake of giving a card or something the other way. Let me pause for a moment and ask my friends here in the booth what happened. All right, well, I didn't exactly see what happened, but I'm going to assume there was a second yellow card given to number 11 because he's made his way off the field. Now Morazan playing with 10 men. I don't know that they had much of a chance really to get back into this game to try and maybe scrape out a point. They're able to put a few on in quick succession, but now they'll have to do it a player down no matter what lens you look at it with. Good ball flicked forward, and Marley sniffs it out. Torrey back to help defend. Gonna have to defend across now, though the player is whistled for offside. Still shoots anyways. And I respect our referee for trying to keep heads calm in this game, but at a certain point, they're just gonna continue to do it. And now Kimo Gardner gonna get to milk as much of that clock as he wants after the Morazan player decided to shoot well after the whistle anyways. If I was Kimo, I would take every breath I need. Now Ali Marley skip pass to Danny Sassano. Sassano and Gay both look to be playing a full 90 there in the back. Touch from Nye. Nye wins it. Has Clegg on his left. Crucial tackle. Nye wins it right back. Braden Nye has put in a shift in this game. Good ball from Kelvin Clegg. Nye's in the middle. Gets past Nye. Now Riveros. Riveros cuts it back. Still with it's Nico. And Nico, again, that's another penalty. And again, I have to say, I think that it really is a penalty as Nico beat his defender and then was simply brought to the floor. And now the question is, Nico, are you going to go back and take another one after having the first one saved? Riveros cut it back. So we watch the replay. He received the pass from Clegg, went past Nye, brought it down, cut it onto his left, and then after he took a touch forward, both players stepped ahead and just put the Paraguayan on the deck. Kellen Clegg has given up a number of penalties in this game already. But I think KC here will be taking this one. Another chance to make it 5. 88th minute. Clegg steps, Clegg shoots, and Clegg scores. 5-1 for Tennessee Tempo, and there's no looking back. Clegg goes to celebrate with a fan behind the goal, making sure to make the most of it, thanking all the kids down here who came out to watch the game. There was not much saving that goal as Clegg took a relatively short run up and put that one just about in the top right corner, but the keeper had committed a bit too early, and I think Clegg saw it all the way. Now in the 89th minute, this game nearing its end. The striker tries to sit the ball down on the opposite 45-yard line and play it on a half volley. And now we will restart in correct fashion. This game sat at 5-1. Final moments of action. Just want to make sure to keep heads calm. Ball cleared by Gay. Morazan, of course, playing a player down right now. It's been a triumphant return home here for Tennessee Tempo, playing their last home game of the regular season. Not many better ways to go out. Would have loved the shutout, but I don't think it takes much for me to say how I feel about that goal being put in the back of the net. 5-1 is a great send-off before they cap their season off, regular season off anyways, against TUSC next weekend. 30 seconds left of regular time here at Siegel High School. Allie Marley goes long. Header flicked on by Clegg. Goalkeeper well off his line will bring that one in. I have 3 players all offside for Morazan. But Stanley Grampier shields the ball all the way out. Final seconds of regular time. Danny Sassano Goes back and retreats to Musa Gay. Gay has Gardner, who now flicks it on to Roscoff. They'll continue ahead. I didn't see any mention of added time, as that's going to be a foul committed against Riveros. Now Roscoff forward to Grandpierre. I don't think Stanley would be mad to see another one go in. Braden Nye cuts inside. Nye can shoot, instead lays it off. Riveros and Clegg both there. Clegg, I think, was looking to shoot. Ballatore will bring it in. Gets past his defender. Torre can deliver. There's Clegg. Torre still with it. Torre battling with the Morazan defense, and naturally, let's have a fight right at the end of the game. There's not many Morazan games that you'll watch that doesn't have at least a couple red cards. And let's let it all spill over at the end of the game. Just try and watch and observe from up here. I don't see any cards being dealt. Tensions have been building this entire game. Of course, it'll all boil over whenever everyone knows that the game's done and dusted. Yellow card given to both Kellen Clegg and Stanley Grandpierre. So 2 tempo players being given a yellow, but I don't see any being given yet to Morazan. So naturally, I'll feel a little bit hard done by right there. But saying that, hopefully the linesman is able to help our center ref figure out exactly what happened. It seems as though it'll only be the home side that's punished after that scuffle. The pair of yellows being given. At this point, I would just about take your team off the field and don't allow any other yellow or red cards. And with that, that's the final whistle of the game. It was a flurry of goals, and Tempo wrap up their regular season home schedule with a 5-1 win over Morazan ZLA FC. Fans, we want to thank you for tuning in for all the action this season in the UPSL, alongside the UPSL earlier today. We hope that you all will continue to watch as we will get ready to go into postseason not too long from now, whereas our ladies will have one more game left next Thursday against Decatur FC. From myself, Harley Dixon, and my broadcast director, Eric Dorsey, we want to thank you for tuning into tonight's match on the Tennessee Tempo FC Sports Network, as well as the game earlier today if you were tuned in for that. Thank you all and have a great night.